Hi, my name is Hope Yoder, and I'm the owner of HopeYoder.com, or Designs by Hope Yoder, where we specialize in machine embroidery, die cutting, and sewing patterns. I'm so excited about this craft and cut program, and in previous videos you've probably seen how to design layered vinyl, how to cut layered vinyl. Today this video is all about, once you've cut the vinyl, how do you use it and apply it? If you're like me, you've looked all over the website trying to find videos on how to create and apply layered vinyl, so this video will show you everything you need to know on how to make a great project. Let me start off by showing you some of the projects we've made with layered vinyl. Now, layered vinyl just means there's more than one color of vinyl used. So we'll start off with this little plaque. This was just a little wooden plaque that I painted, and then we put black and white vinyl. Always, no matter what, believe in yourself. This is a great project for putting words of affirmation, giving them as gifts, or making them for yourself. So 2 layers of vinyl are used in this project. Let's take the acrylic tumbler. If you've been online at some of the social media sites, you've seen a lot of layered acrylic tumblers. This is a great one where we've used actually 3 different colors of vinyl. Nautical but Nice is in between the anchor. We have some stars, and on the back we have anchor with a star in the middle. The next project, I love this little plant. I was out shopping, got some inspiration from a little wooden plaque, and came home. Seattle is a great place that you might want to make these gifts. It says the sun was shining. We got so excited we wet our plants. Cute, funny. So this is just a little jar that we've glued some ribbon on, and we have the yellow and the black vinyl applied to glass. Another sample is just this little inexpensive plate, or a charger plate sometimes they're called, and we have the black tree on vinyl, and then we just put our family name with black and green vinyl. This would look great helping with a table setting, or you could put a little candle or whatever you'd like on it. Next, we made this sign for a boys' room. Keep out. I guess this is supposed to be an atom. I originally thought it's like the poison sign, keep out, caution tape. So we took a little unfinished door hanger, painted it. We used 2 colors of vinyl, and because this was wood, we sealed it off with a clear sealer. Wouldn't this look great on your boy's door? Now, sometimes you just need something super quick, and this is just a little expensive gift bag that's actually made out of vinyl. And the little anchor that we used on the acrylic tumbler, we used the centering monogram and created a little gift bag. Next, we have these little acrylic keychains that we did something similar to the gift bag. We've put monogram in the middle of a baseball. There are 3 colors of vinyl on this sample. A little bit more feminine sample is we've created with pink and black vinyl. One more, we have a basketball. And we've used 2 colors of vinyl on this. Aren't these great, quick little gift ideas? We're going to show you how to layer the vinyl in just a moment. My sister-in-law, she's a nurse, and I thought, what a great quick gift. We bought this pink clipboard, and we have a stethoscope with her monogram in the center. Now, all of the designs that I've shown you are my original artwork from our company, Designs by Hope Yoder. They were on the CD when you opened your craft and cut box. That means you would be able to make everything that I've shown you here for yourself. The last sample I'm going to show you is probably a little more structured, in that everything really does need to fit in the right place. if I layer the vinyl and had it crooked, you'd really notice that. So we're going to work with this, with a sample, to show you how to create it, lining up the white, the red, and the blue. So let me take a moment and we'll get started. So we have our mat, and we're going to take vinyl, and we have 3 colors of vinyl that we're going to place on the mat. So let me show you how to place the vinyl. Now this is a decal vinyl that you can find in a lot of different places, and it's a permanent vinyl that I am using. It has a paper backing, so we're going to put the paper side down, and we'll just put this on our mat. And you can see this better where we have the blue vinyl on the front, and you can see that there is truly a paper. And we'll just put this on our mat, and again we have the red decal sticker vinyl that's permanent, paper on the back, paper side down on the mat. Now what we're going to do is you're going to scrape this down really hard so that it sticks to the mat. So your machine may have come with a scraper. If not, you can purchase just any type of a scraper, use a credit card or a room key. So make sure that it's really fixed to the sticky mat. We'll go ahead and take this to our die cutting machine, and we'll cut these out and come back in just a moment. So we've cut our vinyl. It's still on the mat. Let me show you some helpful hints from Hope on how to take it off of the mat. Before we get started, here's the supplies that you're going to need. This is transfer tape. It comes in different types of widths, different brand names. Some of them are clear, some of them are cloudy. I prefer to work with the clear so I can see through that. We're going to need a blank surface to put our design on, and a little weeding tool, and this is one of my favorite little weeding tools. You just want to look for something that has a nice little sharp point, and you'll see why we need that in a minute. So to take the vinyl off the sticky mat so we can start working with it, I found that normally I want to just take it and peel it off this way, but what's happened to me is the paper will get stuck on the mat, and then it's really difficult to clean. So let me show you a little tip that I've learned that saved me a lot of time from scraping paper off a mat. Rather than pulling the product or the vinyl off the mat, I'm going to turn the mat upside down, and then if I hold on to the paper, I can pull the mat away from my vinyl, and I hardly ever get any paper stuck. So let me find this last little piece. You want to get it started and roll the mat off of your vinyl. Try that the next time you're cutting vinyl, and you'll be excited to see it just makes a huge difference. I don't know why. I'm going to say the laws of physics. That sounds really smart, doesn't it? Let me move my sticky mat out of the way. So we'll put that here. And now we have our vinyl. So in order to get the vinyl weeded so that it'll look like this, we're going to do weeding. Have you ever heard of weeding before? Maybe weeding your garden. Do you have a pretty garden and weeds want to sneak up and get in there? Well, the weeds are the part that you want to remove from your garden. It's the same thing with vinyl. We want to remove the background and get rid of it so that we are only left with this. So we're going to weed the 3 colors of vinyl that we're going to then layer. Let me start with red. So we're going to take this, and I like to use my little pick. This is sticky, and we're not going to use it anymore, so you can kind of just ball it up. It's really helpful to have your finished design. Now, you wouldn't have a finished one like this. You might want to have your software open so you can look at the design to know what part is supposed to stay on the paper and what part are you going to weed or remove off of the paper. So you're going to start in one corner, and you're going to slowly and carefully remove your vinyl. This is called weeding. I can see by looking at my sample that I've missed a little stripe. So my little tool comes in handy. It's a nice thin little tool that I can use as an extension of my hand. I'm going to remove this. This is garbage. This is what I've weeded away. So I'm going to ball it up and get rid of it. There is one. Now, in other videos, from the Craft and Cut software. One of the things I'm so excited about, and I insisted that they please make happen, were registration marks for layering vinyl. So if you haven't seen that video yet, don't worry, you'll understand why we need these little squares, even though the squares don't end up on our finished sample. Let me put this aside, and we'll weed the blue. I think the hardest part is just getting that off your fingers. Let me start with a corner. Make sure that those little registration marks stay on your paper. We're going to need those in a minute. Great. Ball that up. Don't need that. My little pick tool comes in handy. There's a letter A for USA. I want to get rid of that. That's not part of the pretty design. And again, notice this sticks. A lot of times, here's a great little hint. I will keep this handy so that when it's on my finger, I can just let the sticky pull part of the weeding vinyl right off my finger. So I've done the white. I'm sorry, the blue. Now let's do the white. Now, sometimes when you buy white vinyl, it comes on a white carrier sheet. Do you notice that this is white? Well, I try to buy the vinyl that only has a blue carrier sheet for the white so that I can see it better. We're going to weed away the background. And I'm going to very carefully make sure that I don't lose those little registration squares. And this one's really easy to weed. And so here are my 3 layers. Now, once you've weeded the background away and you have all the vinyl on the paper, the trick is, what do you do with it? What I used to wonder, and I'd look up videos everywhere trying to find out, how do I get it off the paper so that I can stick it onto something? Am I going to have to lift every one of those stripes and every one of those letters? That would be impossible. It wouldn't be fun anymore, and I'd be out. Well, don't worry. I'm going to come back in just a moment, and I'm going to show you how to apply the transfer tape to transfer the vinyl from the paper onto my little tin. So I'll be back in just a moment. Now that we've designed, cut, and weeded our vinyl, let's go ahead and start layering it. We're going to take transfer tape and we're going to cut off a piece that's a little bit bigger than our biggest square of vinyl. Now I don't need that anymore. You're going to need some tape, and I love the Embroidery Perfection tape. Number 1, it's pink. Need I say more? This is awesome tape, and I'm going to use it to tape down my surfaces to the table. See how they curl? That makes it really difficult to layer. And then I've got my little tool I probably won't use anymore, and a scraper. So let's get started. We're going to do blue first to red. You're going to start with the foreground. Now, just as a reminder, this is the finished design. Let me move this aside, and I'm going to put this on a little white CD box instead. So I'm going to start with blue. And I'm going to take my transfer tape and center it by taking the tape and curving it down. Now, a little caution about the transfer tape. It is sticky, and you've really only got one shot to get it onto your vinyl. So relax. Don't be nervous. A little helpful hint from Hope that I figured out is by bending this into a U, it makes it a little bit easier because the center will touch, and then I can smooth it out. It's like when you do a quilt, you start quilting in the center and work your way out. I'm going to take my scraper and I'm going to scrape the top of the tape. What I'm trying to do is get the vinyl, the blue vinyl, to come off the paper onto the transfer tape. Just like I gave you a hint about taking the vinyl off the mat, we're going to go ahead and turn this upside down and remove the release paper off of the back. Now, this release paper has a waxy side that it just came off. We're going to actually cover everything up except for those registration marks. So I have this, let me put that there. Now we're going to transfer this and layer it to the red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Embroidery Perfection tape, and I want to see how that curls. That's going to be really difficult to work with. So I am going to just tape the paper so that it's nice and flat onto the surface. I really like this tape because it doesn't leave a residue. The only thing that I have to do is match up the blue squares with the red squares. I don't have to worry about any of this. This is why I've covered the sticky part back up with the paper. So I'm going to usually stand up and kind of lean over, and you've got one shot to make this happen. And so I'm going to slowly and carefully, slow and steady, match up all the squares. Looks like I did a pretty good job. Shocking being on camera. It's a little difficult to do that, but I got it on one shot. Now, if I didn't get it on one shot, you could go through with it and finish it, and it might look okay and you might be happy with it. If it's not, a little hint, if I'm at home in my studio, I would have cut multiples of these just in the event that I didn't get something centered. I'd have them all cut so I wouldn't have to go back to the cutter. I'd have them all right here, and that speeds up things quickly. Now, once I have that, I'm going to roll the paper up. This release paper that's lightly stuck to the first layer, I'm going to remove it, put it aside, and now I'm going to just roll this down so it lines up perfectly in place. Now I have two layers. I've got the red and the blue, and I'm going to scrape everything down because I want all of this vinyl to lift off of the paper and stick to my transfer tape. I'm going to slowly and carefully remove this, making sure that all the vinyl does really stick to my tape. Immediately, I'm going to cover up. Let me get rid of this tape, and we'll use it on our final piece. Now, to make this work, let me put this under here so you can see it better. To make this work, the registration squares are the only thing that I have to line up. That means if I had 50 colors of vinyl, of course, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but what if I had 5 colors of vinyl? You'd do the same thing. You'd always start with the foreground and work your way backwards. So I'm going to cover the waxy side. Make sure you get that waxy side stuck to the vinyl. I'm going to cover everything up except for my little registration marks. I have my white piece of vinyl left, so let me tape it to the table. Again, see how it curls? Really makes it difficult to match up the squares if it's not completely flat. This is all covered up so it won't accidentally stick to the white before I'm ready. And all I'm doing is my eyes are looking right at the squares. Got one chance to line it up pretty good. Now the magic, you're going to roll this off. We don't need this anymore. And you're going to slow and steadily lay down your transfer tape. Look at that. I did it. I love when it all comes together. When a good plan turns out good, it's awesome. But remember, I'm going to have backup samples that are already cut just in case I need to. Now, we've got all 3 layers on one piece of transfer tape. I'm going to scrape this down. Again, trying to get all 3 layers of vinyl to transfer from the last piece of paper to my tape. I'm going to slow and steady remove that. We'll put this upside down. Get that out of my way. And now you can see I have my nice layered design. But what are we going to do with those registration marks? Well, they were just an aid to help us center all the layers of cut vinyl. So I don't need them anymore. I'm going to take my little pick and I'm going to remove them, and they become garbage. Don't need them anymore. And why stop at one layer now that you know how to do multiple layers? So let's put our design down, and I think I'll put the heart, what do you think? This way or this way? I'm going to do it cockeyed. And so what I'm going to do is just center it. Again, I have one chance to get this in the place that I want it. That's another trick of why I would do it off center, because it's not matchy-matchy. And if you don't nail it and get it in the center the first time, you probably aren't going to notice that as much. So one shot to get it down. Once I get it where I want it, I've got the tape that's holding all 3 layers of vinyl together. Scrape the vinyl down, slowly and carefully lift off your transfer tape, making sure that all the layers of the vinyl stay onto my little tin. Ta-da! Yay, I got it all. I'm so excited. This is going to be a gift for somebody. I think these were little CD holders, but look how great that looks. Now notice, because it's on the diagonal, you don't have to worry about it being perfectly centered. One last thing, let me show you another design that I layered. This is from one of our products you can find on our webpage. And this is a little phone charger USB plug. You can buy these at your discount store. And look, we have white, yellow, and black layered vinyl. It's on a much smaller scale and a little more detailed, where you really need to get the mouth white centered on the black. Now that you've done this project, it's super easy to take some of our other artwork designs that we offer, the SVG files, and then use them to create your own layered vinyl design that reflects your personality. Don't forget that we have a lot of other videos on the webpage to show you how to use the Craft and Cut software in different applications for different media. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and until next time, happy crafting!